Federal government loses bid to reopen trials of OG Carlos Slot. That could be found in page 2 of the Nation. Still on the Nation, controversy trails killing of 30 in Benue, with a rider family of 7 wiped out. Southeast Commission will end Ndibo marginalization, says Andy Oba. Let's start with the Disco, one of the power company in our country. But let's take this as the Punch puts it this way: blackout. Federal government threatened to revoke Disco's license. Let's put these two together.
No, we have had serious issues on the issue of electricity distribution, because for now, what the government is trying to tell us is that power is being generated. That is the meaning, that the distributors, the Discos, are not doing what they are supposed to do. And the Discos were advancing initially. They were advancing issue of security. They were talking about gas. The federal government has come up openly to say, we are playing our part. We are giving you, we are generating electricity for you. You were meant to distribute electricity. Why are we not having electricity? And they attribute it to sabotage on the part of the Discos, and it looks like a sabotage on the part of the Discos. That's why, to me, I still believe that beyond that, the electricity supply should be restructured down to the state level, possibly local government level, to ensure that there is fair distribution of electricity. It's getting too much. Recently, those things, when Bat Naji came up with a private company, the Geometric Power Company, and partner with federal government and Abia state government. Today, Aba people are almost laughing at the rest of us. So, but we have a power plant, like example in Akwa Ibom here, and we are still giving power to the national grid. I think there should be a rethink. Instead of giving our power to national grid, we can now distribute it by ourselves, and also get the people who are with electricity. Because as it stands now, if a private company has come up, built a plant, and is distributing electricity, they will stop state from doing so. There is a complete need for to look at the Electricity Act in Nigeria and make a review to allow smaller companies to distribute electricity.
Okay, Southeast Commission will end Ndibo marginalization, says Andy Oba. How will this?
How will the commission? I don't know. The essence of for instance, the Niger Delta Development Commission was formed having in mind that they produce oil and they suffer environmental degradation. They needed assistance or extra help from government. So that's how we came up with the Niger Delta Development Commission. And part of the Southeast state are part of that commission too. So I don't know if they are going to exit NDDC. Some of them were members of if they are going to exit. But I want to tell you, Bright, the basic thing is not how many commission. It has nothing to do with how many commission a state or how many government agency. Like we discussed the other day, the Oronsaye report being implemented by the currently being implemented by the federal government, to me, forbids creation of other agencies. Again, because we are battling with the present agency. So the question will now be, what is the role of governors in the state? Because say state itself is like a commission. In Niger Delta here, after the Niger Delta Development Commission, all the governors came together and formed what they call Brace Commission, making Bayelsa, River State, Akwa Ibom, Cross River, and Edo State. They call it a Brace Commission, which is supposed to be a peer review forum, where the governors will now sit and say, Edo governor, you come, what's your strength? Akwa Ibom State governor, you come, what's your strength? What can we do to harmonize our strength and work for the development of the Niger Delta? But have you heard about the Brace Commission again? No, not even meeting of the Brace commission. So opening a Southeast Commission, there are so many bodies that can advance the growth of the Southeast. You have the Ohaneze Ndigbo, made up of so many billionaires or trillionaires. These are groups, these are still peer review mechanism. So to me, forming this simply mean you have a Northeast Development Commission, you must have South-South Development Commission, you must have Northwest Development Commission, and you have Southwest Development Commission. So what will now be the duty of government ministries and parastatals? So it's an agitation not based on, to me, it's an agitation not based on sincerity.
Okay, one may likely ask, having a Southeast Commission, and also I heard last night Senator Wood was having a bill bringing Anambra State into Niger Delta Commission, and now we have the Southeast Commission here. How many commissions?
That is why I asked. Some of them are benefiting from the 13% derivation given to the Niger Delta. Are they going to pull out? Imo State is in NDDC. Abia State is in NDDC. Are they going to pull out of this one? That's why some of us said, look, let us forget this one should be removed from the Niger Delta because they are not Niger Deltas. What we should have, I even preferred what we had before, UNPADEC. UNPADEC is
all-inclusive.
They call petroleum.
That's why I said all-inclusive.
Development Commission, which is all-inclusive. So finding some people here in the name of Niger Delta is an aberration. So, but for me, I am looking at what will Commission do that the governors will not do.
Still on the nation, 21 out of 24 lawmakers signs Shaibu's impeachment notice. Politics.
It's still politics. It's all politics. What is there? The government is rounding up and show of strength. That is why I am still of the belief that until we do election, until we come to that period where people are allowed to go and contest election, if they fail, they fail, or people are not given power. People are allowed to seek for power and get the consent of the people, because this is what is happening is interest. I remember about a few years ago, or about 7 years ago, we saw how Philip Shaibu battled his former boss Adam Oshomole for the emergence of Obaseki, and he probably would have done that with the hope that Obaseki will support him. But after a long run, Obaseki probably has a different opinion, and they fight. He will go ahead to mention. I could mention up to 10 in recent times. So that means the issue of succession does not really work 100%. It doesn't work. After you have paid your bill, the next thing is battle, because what will happen is the governor wants to be his own man. It's natural about human beings don't like to be pestered. Human beings don't like to be pushed. So how many examples have you seen, even in your own state here? So there's no guarantee that what is loyalty? Loyalty is being loyal to a cause. That is what people don't know. You are loyal to a cause. What brought you close to a person in politics is a particular cause, not the individual. Ordinarily, without that politics, you wouldn't even get close to some people. So when we are pursuing politics, we should look at the economic dreams of the people. We look at the social welfare of the people, and stop looking at individual as gods.
All two stories on insurgency, again coming from the Punch and the Nation. The Punch put it this way: 30 killed in Benue fresh attack Senate to meet President Tinubu. The Sun labeled it this way: controversy trail killing of 30 in Benue. You
see what young people are doing. Initially, we used to say that the crisis in Benue is caused by herdsmen. It's caused by herdsmen and you have those controversy, you see a lot of fight, you see a lot of killing, they were accusing, but now we now realize that within that place, they have militias, recognized militias that are known even to the government, but government is not doing anything about it. Now, how can somebody left Chukun, went to another militia camp to show supremacy, kidnapped the head of that militia and his family, brought them, according to the story, he demanded for 100 million, and the people pleaded and gave them 7 million, only for them to shoot those people dead. And this other militia, this militia is even across borders. The militia from Taraba now have to join forces with another militia here and go for a reprisal attack, which has led to several deaths. But my question is this: we have DSS, we have the military, we have all these people. How could a group, a nefarious group like this militia, exist without their knowledge? Is it just possible that they will exist within this, without their knowledge? So it's a very sad scenario. The governor of Benue State, I think, is a Reverend Father. We don't expect people like this to tolerate certain things. They should fish out those people. What are these militias? The question is, what are the militias doing for the economic benefit of the people? They are groomed by politicians. They are sponsored by politicians. If they don't have that backing, they won't exist. Why don't you convert them to farmers and let them do something useful than give them gun to terrorize people?
Or still on the nation, bureaucratic hiccups, cash crunch, still e-passport issuance.
Might travel. We remain in this country. We expect so the cash crunch itself is also affecting governance.
Have you forgotten that months back, the same immigration people were telling us that there is no paper for them to print?
Where is the money they make from the e-passport? Where is it kept? It's like the other day, I don't know whether we are in two countries or we are in one country. The other day, I think around Ogun area, I saw a custom rebacking rice into 25 liters and selling at 10,000 naira. I am not saying I was told. I saw they reback and people go to buy. Now, what happened to all the rice seized in Oron here? Because I know a few years ago, they seized tons of rice. So what happened to those ones? Is there a law guiding the customs in the southwest, which is different from the law guiding the, or could it be that items seized from here is now taken to southwest for distribution? What are the governors and the ministry in charge of welfare doing about all that? How can you have a situation where some people, if government gave order, okay, custom, all release all the rice in your possession, now you decide to reback 25 kg, and you do that in some state, and it's not happening in other state, like in Akwa Ibom here, where customers virtually seized everything. There was no day you see boats of rice being seized. Where are these rice? I asked.
You talk about the ones in the ones from the seashore, and also talk about the ones from people's stores.
Yes, I asked a custom friend, where are all the rice you see in Oron? He said they are taken to Calabar. Okay, if Calabar is going to be the sharing point, why don't you also make announcement? They said the order will come from above. So this is a problem we are having. So it's not about immigration doing e-passport, not seeing money to print the e-passport. So where are the other one, the money you've made before? Well, is there no budget for all this? So we don't want to listen to this. If you fail, admit you have failed.
Now let's talk about the one that affects us and the economy too. NPA plans $1 billion port reconstruction. that will affect on Warri, Calabar, and others listed.
That is why some of us who are advocates of the Bomo Ibaka deep sea port will keep on pushing and asking about this challenge. If today the federal government has come back to say, okay, we had a port in Brukutu, we had a seaport port in Warri, Port Harcourt need to be revamped, Calabar need to be revamped. If we don't join in that trend, then it means it's going to have adverse effect on us. We shouldn't allow people to take over what we had already planned. And federal government again should also ensure beyond talking. I know somebody was telling me the Southwest will not allow ports to function here because of Lagos. I say, my friend, this absolute exhibition of illiteracy. Ports don't work like that. If you on the high sea, you can have thousands of ships looking for where to bathe. They are looking for where to bathe. You have thousands of sea there. So even if you have 20 functional ports in Nigeria, it will accommodate. And most importantly, especially those of us on the Gulf of Guinea, these are aside. So the sea is deep, is natural. You have natural harbors there. So I don't think we just need to be sincere in developing the seaport. Seaport is what the world is calling a blue economy today. Seaport brings a lot of things. Seaport brings a lot of business transaction. Fishing, so many things, goods landing, so many jobs are created by existence of seaport. So the federal government is actually sincere to do that. They have our support.
Okay, let's take the headline on the Punch. 24 states can't pay salaries without federal government allocation, says the people from the budgets at the national level. With that right, 24 states to pay 1.48 trillion salaries in 2024, but generates 914 billion in their IGR. Governors advised to boost IGR. Also, another writer says Ondo, Jobe, Sokoto, Plateau, Niger, Nasarawa, Damawa, Cross River, Delta, Abia, and others affected. 24 states.
24 states. Generally, if you look at the level of creativity in governance, you will realize that the truth is that most states will not be able to pay the salaries or take care of what they are supposed to do, because the people we elect into power. Recently, we have seen what is happening in Abia State, the level of creativity that is brought into governance. We need to be creative. We need to look at areas, I always say it, we look at areas where we have comparative advantage without being discriminatory. For instance, if you are from Akwa Ibom here, you look at areas like Ini and you say, oh look, Ini, we have so much maybe probably cassava or rice there. You develop those areas, you make it a rice hub. Now you come to areas like you call the Penanko, a lot of areas in Akwa Ibom State here, you develop the palm oil. That is where issue of the other I saw a bill on bulk purchase, and I asked, where will you get these items in bulk? It's not about getting the bulk purchase. Where are you getting the items in bulk? If they ask Akwa Ibom now, what do you produce? Probably will say Gari. Can you get Gari in bulk in Akwa Ibom State here? The only thing I probably see we can get in bulk, if control in Akwa Ibom State here, for now, is the issue of crayfish. Because you get up, you see people on Monday, you see people loading it out. So you can create a platform for a bulk purchase. So government must live up to expectation. And what are these expectations? Creativity in governance is a main thing. It's not about ringing bell, singing around, talking, campaign, dancing, and incurring all expenses that you are going to pay back later, all in the name of coming into power. And when you are into power, you become confused about the things you should do or ought to have done. So if government do not create these economic hubs for themselves, waiting for allocation, then government will be hungry until allocation comes. Now, if there is a major fluctuation, for instance, in the price of the crude oil, what will be the impact? Today, Ukraine is fighting with Russia, but Ukraine is exporting food, exporting grain, irrespective of the ongoing war. Israel is in serious war with Palestinian or Hamas. Now, look at it. They are still selling most of the fruits you eat. They are still selling most of these things. It doesn't stop it. So that is creativity, which means even at the point of war, the economy can still take a yes. You still have that economic prosperity. You don't hear any this thing. Russia is fighting, but Russia is supplying gas. So these are the things we need to balance. We need that creativity. We need to create institution, not just people coming and saying what they want to do. At the end of the day, you don't find those things anywhere. And that's why in Akwa Ibom here, I thank the present governor, and I want him to really focus, because the former administration, with all due respect, what we have seen today had made it look like a sham, because none of the industries we hear is working. And probably these industries are not working. It simply means the investment done in these industries are wasted. And if this investment is wasted, if it were in loan, the governor is expected to pay those loans. So the burden will now be on government. So all we need is creativity. We need absolute creativity on part of governance. We need to invest in areas where we have comparative advantages and make sure we boom the economy. Otherwise, the state might not just be there, other states might not just be there. You remember some of these states were created not for economic viability. They were not created for their social importance, but they were created because their brothers were in power. They were created out of ethnicity and tribalism, not out of viability. So, which is very wrong. You see some states, I always like the link between the collabo between Lagos and Kebbi State. Kebbi looks like I have a vast land that grows rice. Lagos say I have money, but I don't have land. Okay, they come together and join hands to build that Kebbi rice. Today, if those Kebbi rice and a boy were not producing, probably we will be taking plates to Equatorial Guinea to beg for food.
Okay, still on the punch. On the economy, CBN printing of 22 trillion under Buhari's fueled the inflation. CBN printing of 22 trillion under Buhari's government.
Were this money printed and burned, or they were printed and used? This is what I do not understand these people. Somebody was telling me, because price of dollars has gone up. I say, my friend, think economically. Be economical in your thinking. Nigeria budget is in naira. Now, the expenditure is in naira. Our source of income is in dollars. Now, if the dollar has gone up, there should be more volume of naira within the economy. So what are you doing to reflate the economy? Which is what I said the other day. Give this money to the people. I think IMF came the other day and said the same thing. Give this money to the people. Tell us, give us deadline. Look, what we are going to do is this. Between now and June, we are going to put things right. Get ready to suffer. But for now, what we are going to do is that, Bright, link your, of course they do linking every day. Linking in with accounts and all that. You have the data of the people and say, okay, as it stands now, take 1 million naira to take care of you for 1 month, for the 2 months or 3 months. We are going to hold on to this policy and make it work. You have a timeline for those things. So if you cannot give money to the people, the other time the government had tried this, but even though the money was very small, the lady was asked to distribute the money, whether she distributed to herself or distributed to her cronies, and common Nigerians were left. So, but all we need to do is do all we can to reflate the economy.
Let's do all we can to the economy. JTF uncovers 30 illegal refineries in Rivers Village.
These refineries are not hidden thing. Mr. Bright, you cannot afford a drum, an iron drum, put on the ground. You cannot. It requires so much money. So those illegal refineries are run by big men in Nigeria, and they've been there over the years. But to me, when we see these things, in my opinion,
but the issue of these refineries, today they will say they have uncovered 3, tomorrow they uncover 20. Next, the
entire creek is full of is full of illegal refineries.
Are they growing up every day?
They grow up every day, because even those places they destroy, they still come back to those places and build another refinery. And you'll be shocked, those men who went there will not go again. They probably would have been settled. And the thing is that the way they do this destruction has a very strong impact on the environment. You don't just go and burn crude oil and allow it to flow in the river, all in the need, all in the name of trying to recover or destroying illegal refinery. Why don't government look at this? We had talked of the idea of modular refineries. What stopped government from arresting these people, bringing them together, and asking them how they produce this, and check the quality of what is being produced and license them?
Okay, that is the story for another day. But for now, we withdraw the curtain for AM45 Focus this morning. On behalf of the producer of this program, talking about Okon David and ID James and every other persons out there, we are saying bye for now. Catch up with you again